feeling pretty lucky today. We are in a 991 GT2RS. So apart from the fact that we've got access to one of these, which you don't always have the opportunity to do, I thought a lot of people, you know, when you're talking about these kind of cars, the first thing that they say to you is, when would I ever use it? What would I use that car for? And everyone's watched videos online, and you know, the reality is we don't all have the time or inclination perhaps to take it on track, to go to, you know, the Nürburgring or go on a European road trip every weekend. That's not reality. Reality is what I'm doing right now. So when you hop in it for no reason whatsoever, and you go for a coffee with a couple of your mates and you have a chat, and what is one of these like when you're doing that? So, first things first, what's it like to drive? Well, there's no point saying a car with 700 horsepower, 550 pound-foot of torque, it will drive like a Golf GTI. It doesn't. The car clearly will only go as fast as you make it go. However, on a day like today on ours, you've got to be careful. You've got to let some temperature get into those tyres, and that can take 5 miles sometimes to actually get some warmth into them if you can. I mean, the roads are pretty greasy today, so the actual opportunity to get temperature into the tyre is marginal. So, you know, you're using, or I'm using 15% throttle opening to make progress. Anything more than that, frankly, the rears are lighting up, and it's not being showboating, it's not being a clown. It's just, it does not have the grip to withstand 700 horsepower. So as the car warms up and we're starting to use a bit more throttle, it's exciting. Because what people always say sometimes is about cars with this sort of grunt, you can't use that on the road. Oh, it's boring, I can't use 100% of the car's capability. Frankly, you know, since 964, you can't use 100% of that car's capability on the road. It obviously is less powerful, so you can have more fun at a lower speed. Whereas the excitement I personally find in something like this is that your knowledge of what this car can do is exciting, and you get little flashes of that which tantalise you and make you want to have more of it. And that's why you then get up on a Sunday morning at 5 o'clock and go, I'm going to go for a rip for 2 hours in that car, because it's exciting. The thing is, the road presence on this car is on another level. You turn it on, it doesn't sound like anything else of the same era, Porsche wise. On the road, you've got massive rear haunches, you've got a big old rear wing, you've got carbon, you've got lots of vents, you've got gold wheels. You know, some people might wince and cringe at that, but I tell you what, the reaction you get is actually very positive in this sort of car. The whooshes and bangs and pops and crackles that you hear when you're driving along on it is also cool. You always see people sort of grinning as you go past. And I reckon that, you know, that's, for me, that's got to add to a real world ownership proposition of something like this. Because again, that's, you know, why we buy these cars is for the smile they put on your face. And the other thing is that you can hear that when you've got a passenger next to you. And I remember when I was first time passenger in one of these cars, and the driver, you know, gives it a little bit more than 15% throttle opening. It is just wild. That reaction of torque, low down in the RPM range, pulls you forwards. It's exciting. And that also for me adds to why these cars are special when you just go to the coffee shop. Just rolling up to the coffee shop now, which is a really good little one. We'll put a little link to it if you ever fancy a drive out up here. But the other thing is, you know, when you're going to these sorts of places, you don't want to be, well, I personally don't want to be, you know, shaken around, rattled in a race car off the road. I want to be in a car that's comfortable to get there. It can get there fundamentally, but it's also an enjoyable thing to be in. And I know that, you know, if I decided to drive to somewhere that was like 3 hours away for no particular reason, is it going to be comfortable? Is it going to be enjoyable? Is it easy to park? And these things have got axle lift on them. She's got a reverse camera, so I'm reversing it up to some, I think, hybrid electric cars. So going to be very popular here. But yeah, it's a nice thing to be in. It's easy to drive, and it's just a cool thing to be in. So we're just going to park her up, and we're going to get a coffee, and we're going to talk some rubbish about spec. So we've stopped here at Chiltern Vale on Horridge Common. Really good coffee, so pop down here. Not affiliated to us, but you know, great spot for a cyclist or a car enthusiast. Anyway, whilst we're here, it makes sense to just have a quick chat about this particular car, because guess what? We got it for sale. So this is a 2018 GT2RS. And this particular car, UK car, right-hand drive, 15,000 miles. It's got the spec. So we've got Visac pack, we've got mag rims, we've got all the leather inside, and when you look inside also, some of them have got kind of all of the bright red interior on the A-pillar, the roof and stuff, which is subjective. I actually quite like it, but this is one of the quite rare ones where it's all black leather with deviating stitching in racing yellow to match the calipers. The car's also got full PPF coverage, which is like 5,000–6,000 quid to put on the car. So if you were looking for one to use, enjoy, get out there, it's about as good as it gets, really. Right, ready to scoot home. I tell you what, that is what these cars are about. We've been doing a bit of filming here and talking about the spec and stuff, and I think 4 sets of people that left the coffee shop stopped, asked us about the car. The staff asked if they could sit in it and take a photo. You know, the cynic amongst us will go, that's not what that car's for, it's for setting lap times around the Nürburgring. Well, we know that, that's obvious. But it's that buzz that you get from the ownership of one of these cars that adds to it as well. And that doesn't mean you're going at, you know, silly speeds, which is all good anyway, but that's part of it. So anyway, little insight to real world ownership of one of these beasts, and yeah, check out the details on the website.